Hey everyone, welcome back to Frontline. Jay here with another review from the future. And today I'm reviewing The Flash Future's End #1. This issue is written by Robert Venditti and Jensen, with art with pencils by Brett Booth and inks by Rapmund. The title of this issue is Impact Velocity. This story takes place 5 years in the future, but it also is tied into what's going on right now in the Flash book. Ever since Venditti and Jensen took over Flash, they've been doing the story about the future Flash from 20 years in the future, who's traveling back in time to try to prevent the damage to the Speed Force. And we've seen that in the present time, Barry has been feeling this by losing time here and there. So we pick up 5 years from now in the Future's End timeline, where Barry is in Pakistan saving a bus full of people who got caught in like an avalanche type thing or whatever, and he gets on his headgear, that his headphones, his walk set on his earpiece, that the Reverse Flash is back in town. So he heads out to stop the Reverse Flash and estimates like a 14 or 15 minute travel time from there to back home to stop the Reverse Flash. And if you've been reading the Flash, what happened in the original timeline was Flash got there a few moments too late, and Iris got in a car accident with Wally in the car, and Iris became paralyzed from the waist down, and Wally died. So there's always been that, heavy heart that Barry has traveled with throughout the timeline for the next 15 years of his life, regretting not making it at that time. That's what created this blue future Flash. So he travels back in time and he tells Reverse Flash Daniel West, look, this is why I'm doing this. You're going to kill your nephew and you're going to paralyze your sister, and it's all your fault. And he tells him, they were trying to save you, and the debris that you messed up on the road causes them to get an accident. They never even buckled up because they were so worried about you, and Wally winds up dead and Iris is paralyzed. And then he snaps his neck and he says, I fixed it. So this is definitely a harder Flash. And just as Wally and Iris are blaming the Flash for it, and it's like, oh my god, you killed him, blah blah blah, in comes the current day Flash, or the Flash from 5 years from the future, and they get into it, and he thinks that that's Daniel West. Current Barry thinks that the future Flash is the Reverse Flash. He's like, nice change of clothes, but we'll never stop. And future Flash is like, I'm someone from the future. Just take a look at me. He peels off his mask. He says, I'm a little older, but I'm you. And it takes everybody by surprise. Wally's like, oh my god, Barry, you're the Flash. And what happens is, because they're both the same person using the same exact Speed Force thing, it starts to cause like it's like when you put two magnets together, how they repel each other. That's what happened, and it opened up another time stream, portal, and Future Flash is sent out there. But it also really damaged Barry. Now, it appears that Flash has died in this, and right before he does, he tells Wally, you have to take over. You have to train. You have to hunt him down and stop him whatever he's doing. Promise me you do that. And Wally says yes, because when the two Flashes came together, a lightning came out and it struck Wally with the power of super speed. So, I don't know. I'm still not feeling this Wally or Kid Flash. I mean, I miss the real Wally West. This is not Wally West to me. I don't care about his ethnicity. I don't care about any of that stuff. What I'm caring about is who he is at his core. This is not Wally West. He doesn't have any of the qualities. And I think that's really prevalent in a lot of the Teen Titans. And I'm talking about pre-Teen, the original Teen Titans, all the way up to present day Teen Titans that we had before the New 52. Second, third generation heroes really suffered in the New 52, in my opinion. But overall, I did like the story for what it was in the New 52. And I'm going to give the story 4 stars. The art is pretty good. I really like the art. There are times when I thought it was a little bit cartoony than a little bit realistic. So I'm going to give the art 4 stars also, which gives this issue 4 stars. And overall, I do recommend getting it, especially if you've been reading Flash, because this is very much tied into that story. Now, I'm just looking to see if they tie Flash's death in this issue to what's going on in the Future's End. Or if it's just going to be like, oh, Flash is still alive, it didn't happen yet at Future's End. So that's what I'm looking forward to. And again, overall, 4 stars, and I recommend picking up The Flash Future's End #1. Well, those are my thoughts. Now I want to know what yours are in the comments below. Also, like this video, subscribe to Comic Frontline, check out and subscribe to my channel, The Comic Book Theater. Check out Comic Frontline, the site, for all the latest previews, reviews, news, and interviews. For even more news on all things related to comics, comicrelated.com is your source for all your comic book needs with daily updates. And don't forget to like and follow me and Comic Frontline on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. I'll include all these links in the description below. Until then, I'll catch you in the next review.